What up? It's your girl Desire. I'm here repping for BattleScene.Net. I'm gonna give you a quick synopsis of the Charlie Clips versus Danny Myers battle. Now, if you know Charlie Clips at all, you know usually he's a really good first rounder. Like the 1 round battles, he's like killing them all the time, and you expect a lot from his 1 rounders. Or at least his first rounds. This one wasn't that. He still did his storytelling thing like he always does. He's not like a quick puncher, but he has a lot of build up usually. But to me, this time the build up was just too much. Like the first round, I think it was like a minute and a half, give or take, before he got to like some real punches. Like he had a Vigalato scheme that was really dope, and it ended with even when I go light, I'm still blacking out. That's albino skin. It was nice, but it took like a minute and a half to get to that, and everything before that was kind of light and lightweight filler. Like he talked about some he had some wordplay schemes with his exes and stuff like that. It was like but it wasn't first round Charlie Clips. It's not what you would expect from him. He had a full house scheme that was really nice, but his first round was like really short. I didn't really look at the time, but just being like a fan and watching, it just seemed really short compared to Danny Myers. Danny Myers had a whole lot of shit his first round that he was saying. But one thing that he said, it was like, I'll have my dog split your noodle, like Lady in the Tramp. And I thought that was dope, right? But then I'm like, I heard that somewhere. I didn't go back and do my research where I heard it from, but I know I heard it somewhere. So, but was nice. But in battle rap, that just happens. You know, as a battle rapper, sometimes you say shit that other people say. And that's just how it goes because, I mean, there's only so many bars that you can write. Some people are going to say the same thing sometimes. So was it like because he was biting off of somebody else, or did two people just say the same thing? I don't know, but I know I heard it before, but it was nice. He also had some things like the Draw for Recollection bar. He had the Planned Parenthood bar that was really hot. He had a lot of bars that was slept on. It's crazy. The crowd was just weird because some things that weren't even that dope, they went crazy for. And then it was like other things that were really dope, they just didn't say anything. But I know how it is being a live crowd. You don't catch everything, and some things sound doper in the building than they really are, whatever. But he had some haymakers that round, so I'm gonna definitely give round 1 to Danny Myers. Second round, Charlie Clips started off really slow again. He did like a scheme with T-Rex about how he took his money, and he was comparing himself to how people say he looks like Ice Cube and this and this and that, and he made some jokes or whatever, but it just took too long to build up. Once he got into it, he had some really dope shit. Like he had the T-Cell line. If you watched the battle, you know what I'm talking about. You had the Craig stealing boxes, and that shit was just fucking crazy. A dope NBA scheme. His second round was definitely better than his first. I didn't like though that he tried to like fake his choke and act like somebody was talking when the camera didn't pick up anything. And as a battle rapper at his height, that little shit doesn't bother you. It might bother somebody on like my level, other people's small levels that don't have any best experiences with crowd control. But no, I think it was just an excuse to justify the choke. Danny's rebuttal to the wreck shit was just it wasn't good. Also all throughout the battle, Clips was stumbling, but Danny, he almost seemed lightweight nervous. Not nervous, but to the point where he had something to prove, but to the point where it made him rush his bars. So you have a lot of that going on throughout the second round, and he just wasn't saying too much the second round, in my opinion. There was a lot of lightweight shit that got hyped up like it was like the dopest shit he ever said, and I was just like, I actually watched it, and then I went back and watched it with my homeboy, like, am I tripping? He's like, nah, that didn't. It sounded really dope. Shit sounded like, oh my God, that was like the coolest shit that I've heard. But then when you think about it, it's like, oh, that didn't really, yeah. So he had this golden eye line that was really dope, and then he said this God's property line that was just not good. Third round, Clips got off to another slow start. He had a Sue Surf bar that was really dope, but this whole battle, honestly, knowing Clips, he should have just came better. Like it was like the angles that he took were dope. They were somewhat overused, but dope. That he had so much material to go for, and it's just like that's what you went with. His best round was definitely his second. Then you have Danny Myers. I don't know if I said that. I gave Clips a second. Then you have Danny Myers, who just was slacking too. He had punch after punch after punch after punch. Whether it was good or not, he said a lot more stuff than Charlie Clips did. But if you look at creativity wise, you had Charlie Clips being more creative with the angles that he took and the exposing. You know, everybody likes a good exposure. So it's kind of hard to judge the third round because I mean he kind of got exposed with the whole the Adi Boom thing, and it's just like, you know, Danny Myers was like this, and you know, he stole, he wrote bars for Sue Surf and this and that. I'll prove it, I'll prove it, I'll prove it. Then Adi Boom was like, no, I didn't. So he kind of like touched on that and kind of like exposed that and like how, you know, he can't be trusted in this and this and that. Besides that, it really wasn't that much that was too dope. It almost seems like his confidence had kind of been blown just a little bit, just a tad bit. Like if you know, if you've ever battled before, then you kind of see different things that you like. Okay, I've done that before. This and that other maybe fans wouldn't see or whatever. But it looked like a hint of nervousness to me because he was rushing through a lot of his bars, and his bars, he'd have some dope bars, but then he'd have some mediocre bars, and he was hyping the shit out of his mediocre bars. So it was just kind of like, overall, the battle was decent. It's got a little replay value, but when you look at both of the battlers, you really do expect more from both of them. Danny, he writes better than that. Clips, it's almost like he wrote half of it in the car and then he freestyled the other half. And Clips, he's like one of my favorites. It's like if you would just get him to take a battle all the way serious, like a whole battle, the man would be unstoppable. He's like clearly one of the best ever. It's just his personality, his writing style, the angles he takes, and the way that he takes them are incredible. But this battle, clearly, it's like almost he didn't care. So that's my synopsis. Definitely, I give the first round to Danny Myers, second round to Charlie Clips. Even with the choke, it just was a better round. He had, once he got into it, he had way better. It was like haymakers versus Danny Myers. He didn't fuck up, but it was like, I don't really think a choke is gonna delete your whole performance all the way out, especially if you did a hell of a job writing. Then you had the third that was just like, it was good for Clips, but it wasn't Clip. I mean, it was good for somebody else, but it wasn't Clips good, which is really weird because it went in reverse. So like, I don't know. I'd say 2-1 either way, depending on how you judge the third. And it's all up to interpretation or what you really like. So if you're curious, go and check the battle out. Shout out to BattleScene.Net and also to, because the battle was on Black Ice. They always have the best footage, great battles. So check them out too. Subscribe. I'll see y'all.